What is up, my ninjas? Shinobi here with another Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls video for you guys, and I had just woken up not too long ago to see that 2.1 on the PTR has now gone live, so you can test out the leaderboards and all those kinds of things right now, and this is it right here. So I'll give you a little preview. You hit Shift L if you're on the PTR to go take a look at the leaderboards, and you can see that the leaderboards are all set up right here. You can go through and look at different people and how it all works and everything like that. So you can see that I got to tier 24 before. I've already gone through and run through it one time already. While I was going through tier 24 and trying to get my way up the top of the rankings, I had actually gotten DC'd. And when you get DC'd, it makes you start over completely again. You have to go get another Rift Keystone, a greater Rift Keystone, and start over completely all over again. As you can see, I have a level 1 greater Rift Keystone right here, so I'm gonna have to start over completely once again. And I thought what I would do to be something cool, something interesting, is to have a series on YouTube here with this witch doctor, showing you guys me going through in each episode, going through these rifts and kind of getting higher and higher up into the ranks and see exactly where it is that we can get to. If you don't remember, this witch doctor here was the one that I used for the 2-week gear up challenge. This has about 100 hours playtime on it, maybe a little bit less, and I'm going to go through with the witch doctor first, and then I'll probably get into other classes later on, so you guys can leave your comments down below which classes you'd like to see go through these rifts. And I'm also going to be streaming this stuff too, but I thought, you know, you guys are so awesome on YouTube, you've been so supportive of me over these past couple weeks here, that I wanted to put out as many YouTube videos as I could right in the beginning of this 2.1 and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to leave my link down below to my character profile. I'm not going to go over my spec and any of that kind of stuff in this video. This is going to be going through and showing you the new Greater Rift. So you can click on that link down below, take a look at that information if that's something you want to look at. Now, how does the leaderboards work? Because they explained it a little bit when we read like the preview notes and everything like that. So I'll show you a little demonstration here. So you can see that Siren right here is at tier 33 right now, and the time spent in there was 13 minutes and 47 seconds. So what happens is you start off on tier 1 and you go through these, you go through the rift, and you have to try and complete it before the time ends. Now, the better the time you get, the time is pretty much made for tiebreakers. As you can see here, they've all made it to 33, these 5 people right here. But because he had the best time, he gets higher up in the leaderboard, so instead of him being in 5th, he's in 1st because he had a better time. Now, if you have a better, let's say you did 32 and this guy did 12 minutes right here, you would think, well, 12 minutes, shouldn't he be higher? Well, he was on a lower tier, so it really, the main focus is to get to as high of tiers as you possibly can, and then try and get the best time in that highest tier that you can do. That way, you're going to get the highest results possible in these leaderboards. So I know some people are really confused over it, so I just want to explain. So I just finished this rift right here and got this, the Greater Rift Keystone. And you can go through and farm these through your normal rifts, and they drop off of the Guardian at the very end, the Rift Guardian. And we're going to go through, this is my pet build, physical build with the passive, fetish passive right here, and I'm going to go through and give it a try and see what we can do, and then the next episode, there'll be an annotation on the screen. You can go take a look at that and see the next one. I'm going to try and upload these videos very quickly, so you don't have to wait a little while or anything like that. You don't have to wait like a day or two or something. I'll probably try and upload them like every, you know, couple hours or so that way you can just go through and watch through the whole thing and see where we get to, and then I will get into the whole you know, streaming stuff and everything like that. I'm probably going to stream tomorrow all of this stuff, but I wanted to get a good idea on what there is in actually the PTR right now. So here we go. All you do is click this right here. Now, if you wanted to do a normal rift, this is how you do it. You just click it, but if you want to do the greater rift, you click that one instead. It only requires 1 per person. Now, you don't want to waste any time. You want to get in as soon as possible. Now, the very beginning, you can see that it says Rift Difficulty 1. It doesn't matter which torment level you're on before you come into this. Torment levels have nothing to do with this. So, you just want to go through, and I'm just trying to stack up as much pets as I can get right now. So, this will be a little bit faster. I don't have too many pets as of yet. And the more difficult the mob, the more it gives for your total here, for your time. See how it jumped up quite a bit? And you can see it, speaking of time, there's a little time hourglass thing right there. And that's, you don't want the blue to be in front of you, you want it to be red. You want to be in front of it as much as possible. So keep that in mind when you're going through this. So the first level obviously is going to be very easy, especially if you're in higher gear like I am currently right now. We got 2 packs right here. Let's see if we can just go through this quickly. Frozen kind of sucks for my pet build because it freezes all of my pets, even though I can use Spirit Walk and, you know, not be affected by it. Now, as you saw in the preview, they said that there wasn't going to be any items on the ground, and as you've seen, there hasn't been any items on the ground so far. You simply just go through and you get rewarded at the Rift Guardian, and I've seen 4 or 5 legendaries drop at one time off of the Rift Guardian at the end. Plus you get like your blood shards and everything like that. So we're just gonna go through and try and get the best time we can possible. So, and the better that you do, and you may say, okay, well, all I have to do is beat the timer, right? Like right in the beginning, because you're not really trying to go for high ranking right off the bat, right? Well, the thing is the better you do, the more levels it's going to let you skip. So if you do really well, you can go from tier 1 to tier 14 or 15 or something like that. And it really just helps you do better. So, and it helps us so you don't have to do more rifts to get the same results. You just want to do the best performance that you possibly can as you're going through here. So you can see we're doing pretty good right now. These mobs don't have very much health. See 7 million health right there. He has 18 million health. That's a one-shot from pretty much one of my fetishes. So this is, I'm pretty much one-shotting this stuff here. Maybe I'll show you another, because this one's going to go by really quickly. Maybe I'll show you a second level through here. But I'm giving you this first one so you can see representation on how this all kind of goes. And I don't really have to use a lot of my cooldowns here because the fetishes are pretty much soloing this. I could probably just do this with just left-clicking, honestly, because the fetishes are just going around killing everything. But I might as well try and get the best time possible, right? So I'm going to go through, and you want to save when the Rift Guardian comes up, especially when you get to higher difficulties. You want to make sure you time your cooldowns really well, so you can have them for when the Rift Guardian comes up. You don't want to be waiting. Another thing too is you don't want to die, because it's going to put you back to the checkpoint, which is the beginning of the level that you're on. I personally think there needs to be more checkpoints, and take a look at that there. We got 3 legendaries. Wow, 3 legendaries right there, and that's it. So what's the one that we got? We got level 12. So this is going to let me skip all the way from 1 to 12 now, and it didn't tell me, did it tell me a time on there? Maybe you would have saw it if it popped up. We got a Zunimas helmet, it looks like. So yeah, 3 legendaries. Just go through and pick all this stuff up. The timer's done now, so you can spend your time doing this, and make sure you repair before you go into these as well, because if you do end up dying a couple times, having to go back to town, repair, come back, you're just wasting time. So that's very important too. So we're going to go through and just salvage these things here, and then we're going to see the legendaries that we got. So let's go ahead and get rid of this stuff. I don't really think I need a Zunimas helm, because I do have the Mask of Jerem helm, which is needed for the pet build, right? So so Nail Biter, 2-hand, and the Zunimas helm, which is actually a pretty decent one. You just have to get crit chance on there, but you know, I'll hold on to it. I'm just going to throw this stuff back here. And as you see, we do have a new stash tab now, so that's something to look forward to. So there we go. So now I have level 12, and let's go ahead and do up another one. We might as well. I don't want the first video to be kind of short. The next videos are going to kind of just roll along quicker because I want to explain a lot of stuff to you guys. But yeah, dying in the rifts is a big no-no because not only does it put you behind, you have to catch up to where you were before, and you could be, like, if you get like these rifts that are like one level and just huge rifts, right? And you die on the other side of the map, and then you have to come all the way back again. It could take so long. It could destroy your thing. It can make you even fail the rift. So play more cautiously, and try not to just try and like bulldoze your way through. You can do that in the lower levels if you have better gear, but I wouldn't suggest it once you get up to the higher levels, because these monsters, it does get harder than Torment 6. And just to put it in perspective for you. So, okay, so the beginning is always slow for me here because I got to get my pets up. It takes a little bit to get them. And this is kind of a bad spot to do it anyways, so we're just going to move ahead. You can see the bar is blue right now, which means I'm behind, so that's not good. So we need to catch up here. And it's starting to catch up, so we can keep going. And a little efficiency tips for you guys: try not to waste your time on like killing 1 or 2 trash mobs or something. Try and get those really high density areas. That's just the way to be efficient, like I've done in the past in you know, in Diablo 3. So, you know, you don't want to waste any time there. The goblins do end up dropping gold though, which is kind of weird. There have been some other features that have been on here too, and I'll probably go over those with you. Mobility is also very important. If you're coming up for, if you want to try like a different spec out for this, make sure your spec has survivability, mobility, and efficiency. Those are the like 3 biggest factors that you're going to need, because they're going to enable you to not only survive, to be quick in the rift, and then also efficient, as in like getting down monsters quickly. It's all about balancing your gear with survivability and damage, and not just spamming damage and that's it. You know, someone that you know, you may have some friends that go, oh man, I have 2 million effective DPS. Okay, what's your toughness? What's your survivability? Because that doesn't matter, because you're just going to die. And trust me, you will die in the higher level rifts for sure. So we're just gonna go through here. This guy's always a pain in the butt for me because he when he slams like that, he kills a lot of my little fetish guys because it hits so hard. But we're still on a lower difficulty right now, so we'll go through, and as we get higher up through here, it's going to start ranking you, because you're starting to catch up to the other people that are stuck on certain levels and stuff. And what happens at the very end, when you fail or get disconnected or something like that, if you fail, you have to start over from the beginning. You got to go back to 1, like I said earlier. So it's going to, at the end, it's going to give you your final total. It's going to say, congratulations, you got to this rank, and that's where you'll be on the leaderboard. And then you have to try and get past it the next time you go through, obviously. So very important here. I feel like with this spec here, I think my mobility could be a little bit better. My survivability could be a little bit better, even though I do have 16 all resist. 1600 all resist, but I think, and I have 600,000 health, but at the same time, I think my healing needs to be a little bit better, and they have made additional changes to healing, which is good, like life on hit and life regen and things like that. So I'm going to do a little bit of testing with that on the live streams and see, you know, what's what. So alright, so we're going through. We have a red bar right now, which is good. That means that we are ahead of time by quite a bit. I feel like this spec here that I'm using does better on the higher difficulties than the lower difficulties, because when you get all those pets on a high, like just a single target, you just plow through it. But when you have a bunch of little guys that just get one-shotted, it can take longer actually, which is kind of weird. Alright, so we're on level 4 right now. Also, a thing to recognize too, that the greater rifts are infinite, so you don't run out of rifts, so you don't have to worry about that. And one tip I can give you as well from me playing this so far is, you know how I said before earlier that, you know, you could die, and if you die you have to go back to a checkpoint. Well, the good thing is, because these rifts are endless, if you're close to the end of a rift and you're thinking, oh, maybe I should stay and clear this rift a little bit more before I go to the next level, no, just go to the next level, because that way you get the checkpoint. Checkpoints are very important, especially when you get to the higher difficulties. So you see that guy just got like two-shotted right there. So I hope these tips actually do help you out here, guys. In the next video I probably won't talk quite as much, but I did want to give you guys some tips here, and I know you guys always appreciate the tips. I mean, that's what my whole channel's about, right? So giving you guys the tip action. Alright, so this one's taking a little bit longer to do, but it's a lot bigger of a rift than the previous one. So we'll go through, and we're still doing really well on time. So I don't think that I'm going to have any problems here unless I get DC'd or some crap. That would suck. Got to start over again. It took me like 10 rifts to find a greater rift keystone, so that was a pain in the butt. So we don't want to have to go and do that again. We don't want to fail, right? We want to keep going through, so... Alright, the density is not too good. Some of these greater rifts, though, I've noticed the density is really good. Like, you're just constantly killing stuff. Sometimes it's too good. Like, there's just so much stuff that you can't even just keep up with it. Which, you know, I like, but at the same time... it can add difficulty as well, right? So, which is really cool. You know, this game isn't as face roll as it used to be when you get up to these higher difficulties here. So, that's one thing that I think is really good. I don't know, like, how much players are going to really put time into this stuff. I know that I'm going to put quite a bit of time into it, and when it goes live, like completely live, it's not on PTR anymore, and they have the seasonal and stuff, I'm definitely going to try that out. Start from scratch, go all the way up. You guys know, there's one thing that I know how to do in Diablo 3, it's start from scratch, gear up, and work your way up very quickly, efficiently gear up, and that's one thing that I've always kind of prided myself on to do. Okay, so we have activated the Rift Guardian here. Hopefully he's close by. Where are you? Where are you? Where? Oh my god, he's over there. I wish they would just spawn right beside you, but I guess because of like mapping or something like that. So we got Gom here, and he's gonna get melted. I didn't even have my Gargantuan. Alright, so 8 minutes and 7 seconds remaining, and we got one legendary this time. Alright, and we skipped to level 17. So we got a voodoo mask there. We'll take a look at that, and then also that'll be the end of the video. We'll move on to the next one, guys. So I'll see you over there in the next video. It's going to get a little bit more difficult. It gets harder and harder as you keep going, so as you keep progressing. Is that a Mask of Jerem? Elijah doubts it's going to be better than mine. Mine's 99% out of 100, but, whatever. We'll see. Let's see what we got here. 80% Mask of Jerem, so yeah, not as good. I know a lot of people that are still looking for these masks. This is the third one that I've found so far. Not to rub it in your face or anything, but it took me a while to find my first one, for sure. You notice that you start finding, after you found the item already, you notice that you start finding those items, like, later on. And you get a lot of blood shards too, so you can just keep going through these levels and getting blood shards and using Kadala, and it's a nice fluid motion, and I like it. So there's been quite a few other changes as well, guys. I'll put the patch notes down below for the PTR. You can read those too. And thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. Subscribing, liking, commenting, all that stuff. Until the next episode, we'll be doing 17. So see you guys then. My name is Shinobi, and until next time, thanks for watching.